The Irish Psychic Show, for all your psychic needs, live on Internet Radio. For your chance to get a reading with Irish Psychic, simply Skype Tarot Free or call the studio 01 44 34 357. International add +353. This show is packed full of psychic readings and advice, so make sure you join the fan page. Details can be found via irishpsychic.net. Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Hello, you're all very welcome to the Irish Psychic Show for Wednesday, January the 29th, 2014. I'm live, it's now 5 minutes past 11 here in Ireland, and you're very welcome to the show. If this is your first time tuning into the show, you're very welcome, and again, on this show, there is free psychic readings, so make sure you do get in contact with us, and all you have to do to get in contact with the show tonight is simply go to my website, which is irishpsychic.net, and underneath there, the radio player, you will see where you can send in your question. So simply log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show, and underneath there you will see your place where you can send in your question. I'll also be chatting to the people in the Spreaker chat room as well, and also answering people on Facebook as well. But tonight, like you've seen, I did promote this very special, amazing guy, and his name is Steve, and he's all the way from Australia. Hello there, Steve.
Hi there, Gary. How are you going?
I am not too bad, and you're very welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on it.
You're more than welcome. And Steve, I have to ask you, because if it's 6 minutes past 11 here in Ireland, what time is it over there?
6 minutes past 9 on Thursday morning.
In the morning, oh my God. And are you wide awake? Are you okay?
I'm sure wide awake, yes.
Well, trust me, if you do fall asleep, it's not because the show is boring. Trust me, it's because you're tired.
No, I'm not tired. I had a very good night's sleep, thanks.
Oh, good. And Steve, for all the listeners of the Irish Psychic Show, can you tell people what it is that you do, please?
Okay, well, I'm a psychic clairvoyant, and I actually use tarot as a tool, along with some other divination tools like Lenormand cards, which are fortune teller cards. I get messages from Spirit as I'm actually going through that process when I'm reading for people.
Brilliant. And I have to ask you as well, do you do mediumship readings, Steve?
No, I don't do mediumship.
Just mainly tarot. And a lot of people kind of, I suppose, when they're kind of wanting to get a question answered, I mean, do you need a question, or, do you do general readings as well?
I do general readings as well, but typically with general readings, what you find is that in the end, the people are after a specific question anyway. So, if you're not covering it in the general, they will actually ask you outright some time during the reading.
I get you. And for anyone who wants to get in touch with us tonight, is there any kind of, I suppose, theme that you want to focus on, or are you okay with any questions?
I'm okay with any questions. I don't mind. As long as they're sort of direct questions, I get my information pretty fast from Spirit.
Brilliant. Well, as you've seen, there has been loads of questions sent in, so that's good news for you. And as I've mentioned, before we came on air, I said to Steve, thankfully he's joining me today because it is my day off, because I'm just hosting the show tonight, Steve. So hopefully you don't mind answering all the questions tonight.
No, I don't mind at all.
Brilliant. Well, shall we start our first one?
Yes. Anne-Marie O'Callaghan. She's due to have a baby. She wants to know what she's going to be having. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle and see what comes out. Okay. Okay, from what I'm seeing here, I feel that it's going to be a girl. So I'm actually getting the Page of Cups around it, which also indicates that more than likely it's probably going to be born around a water sign, period.
Okay, thank you very much. That was for Anne-Marie, Steve. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Anne-Marie, for sending in your question to the show. We'll continue on because, again, we're limited for time. So if you've just joined us, please do send in your question as soon as possible. Just simply go to my website, irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show, and underneath there, you'll be able to send your question in for Steve. Okay, so the next one, Steve, if you have it ready, please.
Okay, I've got Mummy to Catalina and Bump.
Okay, a nice name there.
It is very nice. Will my daughter be born early, on time, or late? A lot of birth ones tonight, it looks like. Okay, let's have a look. I'm feeling that it's going to be born a little late, but when I'm talking about late, I'm seeing probably around a week over the due date. So it's not going to be too late for the person. It's going to be quite a successful birth, and you've got really nothing to worry about in regards to the baby being late.
Okay,
so it's going to be
brilliant.
quite an easy birth.
Brilliant. And I do have to stress that all psychic readings, again, regarding health, are all entertainment purposes only. Just in case you are worried about anything, do just go and see your doctor if you are worried again. Steve, can I just ask you as well, a lot of people ask me, when did I develop my psychic skills, and, when did I realise that I was psychic? Can I ask you the same question, if you don't mind?
Okay. I've actually had my gifts from a very early age. I've actually never really used them professionally until about 4 years ago. But I've always used it in my work life, if you know what I mean. I've always used it in my gifts to actually lead me and actually grow my career. So, I've had it for a very long time. I can't actually tell you when I started really using them. I'm thinking probably around about the age of 6. I've always had that knowing of that gift.
Wow.
And I've also come... Sorry?
Sorry, have you seen Spirit as well, Steve?
Yes, I have.
And, for anyone out there, it's not a frightening experience. There's always Spirit around us, and they do guide us as well. That's what I always tell the listeners as well of the show. They're always there, protecting us as well. That's
correct. Very much so. And they're there to protect us and to guide us through the hard times, the good times. They are really our best friends if you actually can tap into it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll continue on, and thank you very much, Steve, for answering the question.
No worries.
So if you can go to your own website now, or your own page, because I'm sure people have sent in questions for yourself.
Yes, we shall.
Brilliant. And again, if you've just joined us, you're listening to the Irish Psychic Show, and I do have a very special guest on, and his name is Psychic Steve. Do check him out on Facebook. Simply search Psychic Steve, and he's all the way from Australia. Okay, it's back over to yourself, Steve.
Okay, now I have a Tara from Toronto, Canada, and she was wanting to know when she was going to get married. So let's have a look at that. Okay. So what I'm saying for Tara at the moment is I have the lovers out around her. And next to that I have judgment. And judgment in tarot is not the same thing as judgment that we would normally say it is. So what I'm seeing is quite a successful bond. And right next to that is the Two of Cups, which is, for me, the offer of marriage is coming. I said that there's probably a bit of a financial hurdle going on there, getting the money together for the marriage, but you will overcome it. When I'm seeing it, I'm actually seeing it more likely later in the year or early next year at this point. So, Tara, you will get married, and congratulations.
Steve, I think you have to ask now, can you be invited to the wedding?
Oh, yes, well... Of course, I'm going to be invited to the wedding.
And yeah, I'm available too. So just Tara, if you're listening to the show, which I hope you are, please just let me know, and of course I'll go over there as well.
Yes.
Steve, can I also ask you another question?
Sure.
Again, when people get a psychic reading, we're not kind of miracle workers. We do our best in kind of interpreting the cards and giving the messages from spirit to the person. But have you ever had a person that wasn't happy with the reading and, just basically you just couldn't read for the person?
I have. Sometimes there are people that you just can't read for, and primarily it's because what I find personally is that when a person comes in for a reading and they're very blocked in regards to they don't believe in what you're telling them anyway, that energy you pick up and you find it extremely difficult to read for. that person, I have actually turned people away because I can't pick up anything for them. All I'm getting is rubbish for them.
Yeah, and I think,
I
don't think it would just be yourself either. I mean, those people, I've read for people the exact same and they come back and, again, I suppose every psychic will work on different, levels and mediumship, etc. And when I'm giving a reading, again, I use, the messages from Spirit. And then if I pick up messages from Spirit from loved ones, etc., I'll pass it on. But when I am giving a reading to someone and I kind of get confused kind of messages, especially regarding love, a lot of people would ask the love question, will my ex get back with me? And if I say the answer is no, and that's, genuinely from the cards, they're actually saying no. Sometimes people kind of get a little bit hot-headed and kind of think, well, you're no good, you're not answering my question. And, it can be quite offensive to a psychic as well. I'm sure you feel that as well.
I do. And, I actually worked on a telephone psychic line for a little while. And you'd get people ringing up and asking, is he coming back? And, the guy's been gone for 3 years. And when you'd say no, you'd just get clunk in your ear. And, I understand that. They're really hurting, they're in pain, but they really need to know the truth as well. And
Absolutely.
Stop holding on to something they can't.
And again, you're just being honest, Steve, when you do the reading.
That's right. I don't believe in sugarcoating my readings. I tell people what I see.
Exactly. And I think that's the best way. I think people will have the respect for you more if you do that, Steve.
That's right, and then they will go and say, other psychics have said totally different. And I said, well, I'm sorry, I don't know what they've said. I can only tell you what I'm getting.
Absolutely. Well, Steve, we'll continue on with the show, but again, I'm just going to take a quick commercial break. So if you've just joined us, it is now 16 minutes past 11 here in Ireland, and I have my very special guest, Psychic Steve. He is all the way over in Australia, and it is 16 minutes past 9 there in the morning. So for all the Australians over there, I do hope you're listening into the show. If you would like to get in touch with the show, there is still plenty of time to get in touch with Steve. All you have to do is simply log on to my website, irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show, listen into the show, and underneath there on the player, you will see your place to send in your question. So please do get them in as soon as you can, because again, we are limited with regards to the amount of time that we have. Time for a quick commercial break. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Give the radio back. Give the radio to the maniac. Give the radio back to the twisted, rocket, shocking maniac. twisted, rockin', shockin' maniac. Give the radio.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. It is now 22 minutes past 11, and still with me in studio is the fantastic guest all the way from Australia. It is Psychic Steve. Steve, you're still with us?
I sure am.
Brilliant. Well, if you don't mind, Steve, we're going to do a 4 in a row. So if you were one of the people who've sent in a question, listen out carefully. Again, Steve is going to be answering 4 questions now. So off you go, Steve, please.
All right. Now, I have Tracy from Melton in Australia. I thought I'd use one of the Australian ones now. She's actually wants to know, will she sell her house? So I think she's been having a bit of a struggle around it selling. From what I'm seeing, yes, she will. I'm actually feeling that it will actually sell in Aries time. So I'm feeling in April, May this year, the property will actually be sold and you will be moving out at that period of time. And you will, and also added to that, you will actually get the price you're asking for the property. At the moment, you're putting a lot of restriction around yourself because you're feeling a bit down because it's taken so long to sell. Just try and release that and try to not home in on that point and just know that it is going to sell. Okay? You there?
I was just seeing, could you manage on your own, Steve? I said I'd stay quiet. You're fine.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tracy. Yes, your house will sell in short, from what I was getting.
Do you get a lot of property questions, Steve?
I do, especially people who've had properties on the market for months and they don't seem to be selling. So people will ring up about property or whether they're moving house. The biggest issue I get is love. Everyone wants to know about their love life. That's about 99% of my questions. Typically.
Again, with the property questions, I suppose, especially with regards to Ireland and UK, I'm not too sure what it's like over there, but it is very difficult at the moment. People just don't have the money. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. And you can't really reduce your house to nothing. You have to sell it for some profit, or you try to anyway, at least. I think that's the problem. A lot of people are putting their houses on the market, and it's just too high. It's the asking price is too high, and obviously it's not going to sell. Yes,
that's true. Because Australia is the same. We go through these bubbles, and at the moment I think we saw the market's going up a little, but it's still a buyer's market here.
Absolutely.
Which, and every buyer wants a discount.
Okay, so we'll continue on, Steve, with the next question, if that's okay.
Yep, Veronica from Canada, and she's asking, will I get what I want? Now, I know that's a very vague question, but I'm actually feeling it's around relationships from what I'm feeling around her energy on that question. So let's have a look. Okay. Veronica, in short, yes, you will get what you want. I see a choice around you, and I'm seeing two predominant men around you. So I don't know whether you have 2 men in your life or whether there'll be 2 men presenting themselves to you. One will be of an air sign and the other will be of a water sign. The choice is up to you which way you go. And that's just been reiterated by the 7 of Cups choices card. So you're going to have a lot of struggle over, because both of them bring quite a lot of qualities that you like. And if they were just one person, you would be able to really settle with that. But from what I'm seeing, the outcome will be that you will go with the water sign person in the end. And there'll be a lot of fertility around that relationship. So in short, yes, you will. And I'm actually feeling that he's going to be, if he's not already in your life, it will be developing further within the next 3 months.
Brilliant.
So,
brilliant.
Veronica, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Veronica, for getting in touch with the show. And can I just say, Steve, it is a pleasure to have you on the show and also to have a different accent as well. I'm so used to listening to my own voice. So it's good to have you on board. Well, thank you very much.
Yes. That's
okay, so,
all right.
oh, well, if you have the third one ready, again, this is the 4 in a row. So if you have sent in a question to the show, again, I did post the poster of Steve during the week. And if you were one of the lucky ones, again, all you have to do is simply comment on the poster, and Steve is picking out them at the moment. Okay, so the next person,
Okay.
Steve, please.
I'm going to Denise McGuinness, and I believe that she's from Ireland. She come off your page, by the way, this one.
Brilliant.
Will there be changes in the next couple of months? So let's have a look at that for you, Denise. Let's hope we have changes every day. That's what makes us grow. Okay. Denise, I actually do see there, but there's some work, a lot of self-imposed limitations around yourself. And the reason why I say that is I've got the Eight of Swords, and I believe you call it something else, Gary, but I call it swords. You need to work through that for the changes to come. So instead of actually sitting back and feeling that you can't move forward, you really just need to say, this is my limitation. I need to empower myself. I need to move forward on this. And you will be successful. So yes, I do see changes coming in the next 2 months. I'm actually feeling more late February, March is when you'll start to notice the changes if you can get yourself out of that self-imposed limitation that you've put yourself in. And we all do it in our life. We all have fear, we all have vulnerabilities, and we all need to work out on those because the fears are often just ego-driven fears that we have. So Denise, I wish you all the luck, and I believe that you will get through this in this year.
Oh, brilliant. And thank you very much, Denise, for sending in your question to the show. Again, Steve, not everyone is going to get a question answered on the show, so how can people get in touch with you, please?
Okay, I have a website. My website is psychicsteve.net. So if they want to go across there, that's where I...
Steve is after breaking up, I think. Steve, are you still with me?
So yes, so that was Psychic Steve.
You were having a little bit of technical difficulties with the line. Steve, you seem to be
Yes, I
breaking
am.
up.
Yep.
Oh, good, you're still here. It just seems to be breaking up a little bit, but don't panic. We'll continue on before it breaks up completely. So we'll continue on with the fourth one, and just in case you missed it, the website is psychicsteve.net. So just do check them out, please. Okay, so the fourth one then, Steve, before we take another commercial break, please.
Okay, all right. I've got Christina from Redlands in Australia. And her question is, she wants to know, will her life change this year for her? That's another popular question, people wanting to know, will their life change? I can actually see, first off, that I'm getting out for Christina is the emotions. So there's a new beginning on your emotional level, and there's actually moving forward. So yes, I can actually see you will be changed. There will be successful changes for you. I also am seeing a man coming into your life this year, if he isn't already there, and an offer of friendship, an offer of commitment is coming around you. I'm also seeing that you need to be a bit on guard around some people, but you're going to overcome that. And all they're saying to you here is that you need to have that strength around those people. Money seems to be a bit of an issue for you at the moment, but don't worry about that because it is going to improve as well. And you're going to embark on a new project, a new level in your life. So, Christina, this year is actually really your year from what I'm seeing here. This is the year for you to grow and expand. into what you want to do. So all the best for that, Christina. I am seeing a really good year ahead for you.
Oh, brilliant. And thank you very much, Christina, for sending in your question to the show. Again, if you've just joined us, it is now 23:31 here in Ireland. And over in Australia with my very special guest, Psychic Steve, it is 9:30 a.m. Time for a quick commercial break. If you've just joined us, send in your question as soon as you can. And you never know, again, Steve may choose you for a psychic reading. All you have to do is log on to my website. It is irishpsychic.net. Click on the radio show on the left-hand side, and there you will see a post where you can send in your question for the show. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
Look, I didn't get home fast enough, so I dropped my bags and ran. So much to say, it's been days upon days. Quiet room, won't you clear out my mind? He said that he'd show me the way, that it'd make you feel good someday. With the times and right, we'll get through tonight. Little arrow, won't you help me to find? Eyes upon the wall, stand back and look at them all into good, into bad, into all that I've ever had. Scattered about like thoughts in my mind, where I'm gonna find. The path has been windy at best, sand changing color with rest, concrete covered walls and bamboo stricken stars. Oh, Asia, how you watched me unwind. When time told us there was none left, but through the back door we crept, and the world opened up before I could catch up. Oh, sun, please don't let me go blind. Eyes upon the wall, stand back and look at them all into good, into bad, into all that I've ever had. Scattered about like thoughts in my mind, but I'm gonna find. Lies upon the wall, stand back and look at them all into good, into bad, into all that I've ever
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. Again, with me in studio is the fantastic guest I have with me. It is Psychic Steve. Steve, can I just ask you another question? Again, I just have to say a big shout out to all the fans over in Australia, all your own fans, should I say, and hello to my fans as well here in Ireland. Steve, can you say hello to my fans if you don't mind, please?
Yes, a big shout out to your fans as well. I mean, you do a great job over there.
Oh, thank you very much, Steve. And we'll just compare. So you're saying a big shout out to my fans here in Ireland, and I have 10,000, I think over 10,000. So I'm going to say another big shout out to all your fans over in Australia. And Steve, if you just want to say how many fans you have?
Oh, just over 90,000.
Yeah, he just said 19 there, just in case you misheard him. That's not much, Steve. 19 isn't much.
90.
Yeah, 19 isn't that much. Maybe it's the accent I'm missing. So you're saying...
Maybe it is, yeah.
You're saying 19,
okay.
yeah? Or you're saying 90,000?
Yes, but that's okay. That's all right, yes. It doesn't really matter how many fans you got. I mean, the spirit brings people to us for a reason.
And is that because... No,
that's
Steve,
all
is that because you're so hot? You need 90,000 fans?
No, I don't know why.
I just have 10,000 fans around me, and that's plenty. I mean, they all keep me cool.
It is.
During the Irish summer, whether we get an Irish summer, that is. Are you any good at predicting the weather, Steve?
Oh, you don't have to predict the weather in Ireland.
No, you're just okay. Trust me, you don't. It's just rain, and more rain.
It's grey or grey, isn't it?
More or less, yeah. And you've never been, Steve?
No, not to Ireland, no.
Oh, well, I'm not inviting you. Usually I would say come on over, but with your kind of record and with all your fans, they'll all be coming over with you and they'd be stealing the limelight from me, especially on my little radio show here in Ireland. So, oh well,
yeah,
not to worry.
You're a great medium as well. So, I mean, mediumship is a very special talent.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I do try, Steve. Again, we're always learning with our own gift, because sometimes, like, I suppose it's like every job, and I'm sure you're the exact same, Steve. We have good days and we have bad days.
Yes, we do.
It's like kind of any particular job.
Yes, and when you have a bad day, you think, well, today I'm not going to do any readings because I'm just not balanced enough to do it.
Exactly, and you're identical to me, because when I am giving a reading to someone, and I'm sure you agree as well, you're better off doing it when you're perfectly okay and you're balanced, because again, we're only human at the end of the day, and it's not that we don't want to read for you on that day. It's just because I suppose we may, I might be downtown and I might hear something, belonging to someone that I know, and it can be quite upsetting. And then it's quite difficult to kind of clear your mind when you're trying to give a reading to someone. So that's why,
sure is.
That's why I'm sure you're the same. Are you the same?
I am. So, if I've had appointments on days where I actually haven't felt right, and whether my grounding wasn't right, after I try my meditation, if that doesn't help, I'll cancel my appointments for that day and move them to another day.
Yeah, well, I think you're better off.
I'd rather give the customer the best I can give rather than give them a sloppy piece of work. Yeah.
Well, that's a good. It's a good sign of a psychic if you're doing that, Steve, because it's pointless, someone getting a reading off you and then saying, oh, he wasn't, right for the day, or you just didn't feel that the person connected, and it's better off that you're just being honest. Okay, so Steve, we'll continue on. We have another 3 lined up, if possible, please.
Okay. Now, I'm going to take one from my... it's actually a private message that came through to me, and it was from April in Brisbane, Australia. She's having a bit of problems with her boyfriend at the moment. He's gone a bit distant with her. Now, let's have a look why. Generally what you find is that when most boyfriends go distant on their partners, it has really nothing to do with their partners. It's just themselves. But anyway, let's have a look. Okay. All right. April, I actually am getting out around him at the moment in yourself is that, he's going through a transformation at the moment, and he's got the hangman over him, around him as well, which indicates to me that, as us all men do, we go into our little man cave and we're processing. So when I first said that generalization, at first I said that most people that find that their partners are pulling away or feeling a bit distant, it really has nothing to do with them. In this situation, I assume that's the same case. This is something that he's working through. It's part of his transformation. He's in that stagnant period. But don't worry, because there is a happy outcome. There's celebrations coming up around it. I'm not actually seeing this to be a long-term thing. I would say that within the next week or two, things should start to get back on track with you and him. So don't just hold in there. Give him his space, and everything will be fine. One of the worst things about this sort of situation is that when a partner actually detaches because they're going through their own stuff, the other partner goes into this quick fear mode and then tries to smother the person. And then that actually pushes them further away. What you need to do is back and allow them to grow and to deal with their own issues. Anyway, April, I hope you can do that, and I wish you all the best. But I am seeing that the outcome will be quite favourable, and he will be back to normal within next week or so.
It's quite interesting, Steve, that you mentioned that. And again, thank you, April, for getting in touch with Steve. But I also pulled some cards myself, and the cards that come up are, we have the balance card, and the balance card is in the reverse position, and that's a major card. And again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance on these particular cards. You also have the sun card, otherwise known as the happiness card. That's in the reversed position as well. We also have the 6 of coins. That's in the reverse position. And we also have the king of coins in the upright position. And that represents your boyfriend. And the way I'm kind of picking up the message is kind of more or less the same as Steve. It's like if there is, I suppose, more kind of business around your boyfriend at the moment. It's like if he's kind of more career orientated rather than giving you the kind of time of day. And for anyone in a relationship, I know we all have jobs, I know we all have to kind of do our best with regards to jobs, but if you're in a loving relationship, don't ignore that person, because honestly they will walk away, and it can create that kind of atmosphere, just like what Steve said, when we kind of, I suppose, go in all, hell's blooming and kind of smother the person because we think that there's something up. And again, I just feel, just like what Steve said, it's kind of down to the kind of the work side of things, I think, is taking the priority at the moment. So again, just like what Steve said, again, Steve, it's amazing the way spirit work, we're kind of on the same page, as it were.
Yes, that's true. Even though we get slightly different cards, we get the same message, that she really has nothing to worry about, April.
Absolutely.
Just give him his space and don't smother him. And that's for anyone in a relationship. If your partner is getting that distance put in, you really do need to just let them go. Don't smother them. Just be there for them. And don't ask them every 5 minutes, what's wrong? Because that then gets them even more annoyed with you.
Absolutely. And I do attest to that. It is quite annoying when someone says that to you all the time. Because it creates a problem, Steve.
It does.
It creates a problem that's not even there. That's the weird thing. And then when people do kind of lash out at you and they kind of do snap, because again, we're only human, you kind of go, oh, I told you so. And then that even makes it worse. And then you're kind of, you're on edge all the time then.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so do you have another message there, Steve, please?
Yes, I do. I've
Brilliant.
got John in Cardiff, wherever that is. Where is Cardiff?
That is in Wales. Wales over yeah. So hello there, John.
Is that part of the United Kingdom?
It is.
Okay. Now, what he wants to know is what's happening with his career. Okay. All right. What I'm seeing around that is a lot of hard work is happening around his career. He's got a lot of internal struggles going on, so I don't know whether he's actually having to fight for his place in the organisation he works for, or there's a lot of internal struggles with, he doesn't believe he's doing a good enough job. And that's reiterated with the I've got the Knight of Cups with it, and cups are all about emotions. So I'm actually feeling that that's probably more within his mind than what's actually in reality. But I'm actually seeing that he will actually overcome it, and that his emotions will actually start to balance back out again. So there's nothing really wrong with his career. It is on track. He just needs to be careful that he doesn't self-sabotage it by thinking things that aren't real, because we all have that capability of sabotaging anything that we can't feel that we're got total grasp on, or we're getting too close to it. We'll sabotage, and it's a dreadful trait of the human culture today. So, John, what I'm saying here, yes, your career is fine. Just try to put those doubts out of your head, because they're just not they're not serving you in any manner.
Oh, thank you very much, John,
Okay.
for getting in touch with Steve. And again, Steve, if people want to get in touch with you, how can they contact you, please?
Okay, I have a website through psychicsteve.net.
Brilliant. And again, don't forget to join his Facebook page as well. Again, just search for Psychic Steve and look for the one with only 20 fans. That's all you need to look for.
No, it's only got one fan, by the way.
Oh, brilliant. That's even better, Steve.
I'll have to get 9,999 off you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, all my fans, stay where you are. Do not go to Australia. Do not go to Australia. Steve, there is a lot of people actually from Ireland, going over for work. Have you met any Irish people over there?
Oh, there's yes. I mean, they come to, because I actually live in Brisbane, Australia, and
Right.
It's a very warm climate, and so we have a very large number of Irish backpackers doing their work over here. So yes, you run into Irish people all the time here.
And for anyone that's thinking of, going to Australia for, the work visa, what's the pros and cons beside the weather? Because the weather is amazing, but have you spoken to people, did they find it difficult with regards to work over there, or is there plenty of work over there?
There's plenty of work over here. A lot of the people who are, especially the young people, and I think there's actually some restrictions. If you're going to do that work holiday visa, you have to be under 30 years of age and all that sort of stuff.
And I think you have to move on as well, Steve, don't you? You can't...
After 6 months, you can't stay with the same employer for 6 months, so you have to keep moving.
All right, yeah.
So during the term of your visa, and a lot of them actually go and do work on cattle stations or do fruit picking, all that sort of stuff. And what they're doing is they're actually travelling around Australia and seeing more of Australia than probably what I've ever seen.
Brilliant.
Because I don't go to those remote areas.
And what happens, if you go over there and you find love, again, obviously you could get married, couldn't you? And then you're entitled to stay? Or how does it work? Or do you know?
Yes. They can. Yes, they can get married, but it's like a big immigration in Australia is really, really difficult to get through, and it's probably likewise in Ireland.
So you can't actually just go, I've met someone on the internet, I'm flying over, we're going to get married, and then I'm fine. It doesn't work like that.
No, you have to prove that you've got joint bank accounts, that you're sharing the bills, that you got pictures together, that you are really in a relationship. It even goes down to the point here that you have to get affidavits from friends to, sworn documents to say yes,
God.
they are couples. So it is actually quite stringent in regards to the immigration laws.
Imagine trying
here.
to prove your love to someone by getting all that information.
I know, and it takes
Months, I'd
2
say.
to 3 years.
Oh, years, yeah.
And then you only get a PR status, and that only lasts for 5 years. And so if you have a breakdown in the relationship,
Yeah.
guess what? You're out of the country.
Oh, no way. Okay, so basically, if you're going to Australia, just go to work and, try and come home as quick as you can.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, no, there's a lot of people that do stay, and they do work, and they do have successful marriages and all that sort of stuff. So It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it
But,
is. It's one of the
yeah,
places that I would love to go and visit, and I will at one stage. I have to. I mean, it's on my cards, as I say.
Yes, yeah. Okay. No, it's good.
Good.
All
And
right.
I'll bump into you, Steve. I'll make sure I let you know that I'm going to Australia,
Yes, you do.
and we can hang out. Okay, so we'll continue on. We have another two. I think we'll try and fit in two, Steve, if that's okay.
Okay. Now I've got Sarah in Dundalk. What does the future hold for me? Okay, Sarah, so let's do a bit of a shuffle and find out what the future is holding for you today. They're not allowing me to stop shuffling. Okay. Now, Sarah, what I'm actually getting around you at the moment is I actually call the Eight of Pentacles my apprenticeship card. So what I'm feeling is that, you're going to be embarking on something new in your life. And I'm feeling this more around work here. And what they're saying is, have the strength to carry through with it because you will be successful. You're not going to make an absolute fortune at the beginning. You're going to get quite bored. You're going to be like waiting for your ship to come in. But, if you can actually hold it out and get through that process, you will actually be quite successful in whatever endeavor you want. I'm also getting around that, the Seven of Pentacles to me actually indicates that, you're watching your crop grow. And it's a man actually watching a crop. And he's getting quite frustrated that it's not growing fast enough. What they're saying, don't worry about that. It will grow in the right timing. So you really have very little to worry about. Your future is quite bright from what I'm seeing here. Just trust in yourself, have the strength, and you will be successful from what I'm seeing in the cards for you today.
Brilliant. And what was the name of that person again, Steve?
Sarah.
Sarah. Well, thank you very much, Sarah, for sending in your question. Okay, well, before we go to the final reading of the night, we're going to take a quick commercial break. So if you were one of the people who've sent in a question, hoping to get it answered by Psychic Steve, who's with me in studio today, again, fingers crossed it could be you. Continue on listening in. You only have 30 seconds to wait, and we'll find out if that was you. Do join us after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're very welcome back. Okay, I hope Steve has the question ready. Steve, are you still with me, and do you have the question?
I do. Now, I've got Tanya from LA in California in America.
Brilliant. Hello there, Tanya.
Just wanting to know whether her husband will come back, which is quite an interesting topic. I actually don't know how long he's been gone for. I'm feeling it's not a great deal of time. And I still feel that he's probably around you in some transformation that requires him to focus on himself at this point in time. So what they're saying for you is just have the strength as well around this. Know that the emotions will come back into balance with you and him. and the relationship will continue. Just don't get trapped in that fear that, he's not coming back. If we can all learn how to let go and allow people to grow, our psychics wouldn't have a job. Because 99% of our calls are based around relationships. And one of the biggest things is letting go, allowing the other person to grow. I'm seeing that he will grow, and he's going to grow quite fast. I would see that, from what I'm seeing here, there's a new beginning coming up, and I would say that within the next 2 months, you and him will actually be back together, from what I'm seeing here. Okay. What about you, Gerard? Gary?
Steve, I think we're after being cut off air, sadly. It's just after disconnecting. Not on. It's basically to do with Spreaker, because the chat room just disappeared.
Oh.
Are we back? Can you still hear us, Amanda? Are you still there? And is Brian still there with us? In 1 second, we'll just wait till the reply in the chat room. I hope that we haven't been disconnected. 1 second now. They're going to get back to us in hopefully 30 seconds. But just like what you were saying there, Steve. Oh, they can still hear us. Oh, phew. I thought there was a gremlin in the system. Just exactly what you're saying. What was the name of the last person that you just read for, Steve?
Tanya.
Tanya, exactly what you were saying there. I pulled some cards just during that as well. And the death card came up. And the death card is actually the transformation card as well, but it came up in the reverse position, just like what you were saying there. And again, you had the Ace of Cups as well. And the Ace of Cups is always about emotions around a relationship. And it's identical to what you were saying there, Steve. I do feel that he's just kind of going through, I'm not going to say, it's kind of like a midlife crisis is the way they're giving me the message. And it's just like if he does need that space, because when you're in a relationship for, I suppose, X amount of years, it can be good times and it can be bad times. And sometimes when difficulties, happen, if it's a work situation or, you might be just kind of suffering from a little bit of anxiety or depression or something like that, it can have a negative effect on the relationship as well. And again, I'm kind of picking up that, yes, everything will be okay, but I do feel that it's going to be 4 months for things to be kind of sorted out. And I kind of feel that it's going to be a growing time for the both of you as well. And again, with any relationship, it has to grow and it kind of continues to grow. And would you agree with me, Steve?
I would. And, maybe it's quite interesting that our timing's a bit different. But timing in spirit is really hard.
Very difficult. I will agree with that, yeah.
And it's because we are the worst enemies with timing. And I don't know whether people actually realise that. We actually put the obstacles and the blocks in. So when Spirit's saying, 2, 4, 6 months, whatever, if we don't actually learn to let go, or we don't learn to actually concentrate our energy elsewhere, we actually put an obstacle in place, which then moves the timing out. So that's one thing that I actually... Anything in my life, I just try to let it go so it can manifest in the physical.
Absolutely. Steve, can I just say what a pleasure it's been having you on the show with me today.
It was a pleasure for you having me.
Oh, thank you very much. No, I really did. You enjoy the show, Steve? I
did. It was a very good show, thank you.
You're more than welcome. And again, for anyone that has not got a reading, please just log on to Steve's website. It is psychicsteve.net, and you will be able to see all the different readings that you can purchase there. And again, it is a one-on-one as well. You do one-on-one readings, and also you do them over the phone as well. Isn't that correct, Steve?
That's correct, yes. I do over the phone worldwide, and I do one-on-ones as well in Brisbane, Australia.
Brilliant. So again, if you're from Ireland and you want to go over and see Steve, I'm sure you're going to give them a discount, Steve, if they fly over to you.
Of course.
Brilliant. No, I just said I'd put it out there. I mean, if you want to fly from Ireland to see Steve at the moment, it will cost you because the flights are not cheap at the moment. But again, Steve just said he will give you a discount. Just mention the Irish Psychic Show. That's all you need to do.
Yes.
Steve, as well, we have some positive feedback. Amanda B in the chat room just said, I am loving the accents. So I'm not too sure which one she's talking about. I'm presuming it's just
Of course,
me,
it's the Australian accent she loves.
No. Steve, it's the Irish accent. They all love us Irish here.
Yes, but they don't. But a lot of people don't realise that Australia is actually built on Irish heritage.
Okay, didn't know that.
Yes, because the early settlers primarily all came from Ireland, the Ireland criminal stock.
Oh.
That's how Australia, you actually stole a loaf of bread and you got sent to this oasis I don't think it was that bad.
There we go. Steve, just so you know, she just confirmed it is both of us she loves, so damn it. I thought it was just me. Oh well, not to worry.
Yes.
Steve, can I just say once again, thank you very much for joining me.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Take care and have a lovely morning.
Same to you. Same to you.
Okay, well, that is it for another edition of the Irish Psychic Show, with special thanks to Psychic Steve there joining me all the way from Australia. Thank you very much. If you've never listened to the show before, please do subscribe to the show. You can subscribe via my website. It is irishpsychic.net. And in case you've missed any of the show, you can go back over and listen to whatever show you want. And again, hello to all the listeners over there in Australia as well. And again, some of them cannot listen to the live show, but I do hope that they catch the podcast as well. Okay, so the next show is on Friday at the usual time of 11 p.m. If you'd like to get in touch with me and get a question answered on the show, all you have to do is log on to my website. Again, it is irishpsychic.net. Click on the radio show tab on the left hand side, and there just send in your question. And please do not forget to include your location. Okay, thank you very much. Take care for myself, Irish Psychic. Good night.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.